Did we just presuppose that God has biological capacity to reproduce? He just doesn't have a wife? You think God can have a son? How can the originator of the heavens and earth have a son when there is no female consort for him?
Whoa, easy, Tiger, relax. Take a chill pill, all right? Look, in this verse, God isn't saying that he needs a woman, all right? What he's refuting is your verse in the Bible that God chose Jesus as his only begotten son. Okay, so he's refuting your verse where you use the word begotten, which means to father, or to procreate, or to generate offspring. That's the literal meaning of the word. And your Bible chose to use that word. Granted that the Bible does call other prophets begotten sons, but that's a contradiction in the Bible that you have to deal with. The emphasis that Jesus is the only begotten son implies a specific meaning to Jesus' sonship. So that's what's being refuted in that verse. Now, if you want to say that, well, that's not meant to be the meaning, it's not supposed to be taken literal, God just generated him from himself or created him or whatever you want to say.
Maybe we're framing the concept of sonship completely wrong.
Well, that just means that Jesus is just like every other creation. In fact, the fact that other prophets are called begotten sons proves that Jesus is not really anything extra special. He's a prophet. That's about it. But you want to look for some other meaning that's more metaphorical. Well, God refutes that in the Quran as well. In this verse, God says that had he willed to take on a son, to choose for himself a son, he would have chosen one from anything that he had created. In other words, he could have created something far more superior than Jesus, or than any man, for that matter. He could have chosen something absolutely perfect to be his son. But the fact is that the verse is saying that had he willed it. In other words, it is not God's will to have offspring or children. So he doesn't want a son. He never willed the existence of a son. He never chose to take a son on for himself. That's the whole point. So Allah refutes your argument in every possible meaning and shows that he is far beyond and superior to anything in existence, and nothing is befitting of being his son. Now, the use of the phrasing, the only begotten son, well, that's a you problem.
Either way, that one phrase just delegitimizes the entire book.